Hello. Well, finally I'm getting round to talking about Julian Assange. I've been holding off for a bit because I was trying to wait until some news got out about why this all happened so quickly. It was sort of obvious that there was something. Well, Assange couldn't stay in the embassy indefinitely. But it seemed to me that this was precipitous. So I've been trawling the internet looking for possible reasons. And, well, these are my findings. I've got some notes up here, and so I'll be referring to them rather a lot. It looks like they've been trying to get Assange out of that embassy for a while now. There's a journalist called Cassandra Fairbanks, and she went to visit him in January and saw Assange actually effectively being bullied by embassy staff. He was in a shouting match with the ambassador. He had to submit to a body scan to go from one room to another. And he was, I think, being denied access to the internet. So it looks like they were just trying to get him to walk out on his own, and he was just refusing to do that. Finally, matters appear to have become urgent. And that might have, and people are talking about the Mueller investigation. I don't think it's anything to do with that. I think it's got more to do with a couple of other things. First of all, the UN Special Rapporteur. Let's see if the sound's better now. I had the wrong microphone on. The UN Special Rapporteur on the right to privacy, Professor Joseph Canatacci, announced that he wanted to see Assange and was given the date of the 25th of April. I don't know whether the Ecuadorian embassy gave him that date or he chose that himself. But upon hearing this date, the government of Ecuador guaranteed that Catanacci would have unimpeded access to Assange. So it sort of looks like they expected him still to be there. On the other hand, it could equally be that they were trying to give the impression that he would still be there in order for the rapporteur, Professor Canatacci, not to try and put his visit forward to catch Assange before he was moved. However, it may have been that they really did think he was going to stay, except that things were going on back in Ecuador. And this is what was going on. The president, a chap called President Moreno, whose first name is Lenin, never trust a man with the name of Lenin, El Presidente Lenin Moreno has been involved in a financial scandal. On the 26th of March, Wikileaks Twitter account, so this is all very, not too far back. On the 26th of March, Wikileaks Twitter account put out the announcement that President Moreno is being investigated for corruption by Ecuador's Congress. So the WikiLeaks story is known as the INA papers. The INA papers link President Moreno with an offshore company, money laundering, perjury, and a Chinese company called Sino-Hydro. Sino-Hydro built a hydroelectric dam called the Coca Dodo. You know, if I'd written this as a comedy, you know, one of those sort of troubles in South America comedies, I could think of no better name for a hydroelectric dam called the Coca-Dodo. Anyway, Sino-Hydro built the Coca-Dodo and then deposited $18 million in an offshore company called Ricorsa. Ricorsa is linked to an Ecuadorian businessman called Conto Patiño Martinez. Conto Patiño Martinez then moved money into 10 Panamanian companies. So he divided up all that money, the $18 million, and he divided them into 10 Panamanian companies, one of which was a company which, on several of the sources I've read, has been called a ghost company, and that ghost company is called INA Investments. The owner of INA Investments turns out to be a bloke called Edwin Moreno Garces. Edwin Moreno Garces just happens to be the brother of none other than President Lenin Moreno. All right, I want you to note something. Julian Assange was the guest of Ecuador, and most people in that sort of position would maintain a discreet silence when faced with the choice between having shelter in a country's embassy and giving away secrets to do with corruption of the president of that country. Most people would stay quiet, but not Julian Assange. And that just shows the sort of man he is. He finds something, he tells the world. And it doesn't matter whether that does him good, bad, or nothing, he just tells. So Ecuador turned on him, as you would expect. And even though the people of Ecuador owe Assange a debt of gratitude for exposing the dishonesty of their president, not a peep. People of Ecuador, why aren't you guys out there on the streets demonstrating against the behaviour of your president? You know, it's not just the spineless behaviour of the British government or the vindictive behaviour of the American deep state, or even the indifference of the Australian government, who are in charge of the country of which Assange is a citizen. They're pretty bad, but you people in Ecuador owe Assange something as well, you know. Anyway, meanwhile, the British people, at least the people, have saved our nation from complete embarrassment over this matter by demonstrating in support of Assange. But the British government, of course, appears to have its spine out on loan to Hungary and Poland at the moment. Not that they actually needed what was left of the British spine, frankly, because they've got plenty of their own. And when the US government says to the British government, we want Assange, the British government are most likely to respond, you want fries with that? As for what happens to Assange when he gets to the United States, will Trump repay him for getting him elected? Will the man who quoted Wikileaks so liberally when Wikileaks was exposing shenanigans in the DNC and the criminality surrounding, if not involving, Hillary Clinton? Will the man whom Wikileaks helped into office help Assange out of jail? We'll see. But you know what? I rather think he won't. He's already dumped this onto the Attorney General. Not my problem, mate.
Mr. President, Mr. President, do you still love WikiLeaks?
I know nothing about WikiLeaks. It's not my thing. And I know there is something having to do with Julian Assange. I've been seeing what's happened with Assange, and that will be a determination, I would imagine, mostly by the Attorney General, who's doing an excellent job. So he'll be making a determination. I know nothing really about him. It's not my deal in life.
What would you like to see happen? What punishment?
I don't really have any opinion. I know the Attorney General will be involved in that, and he'll make a decision. Okay?
As the writer of the Psalms said, "Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help." Mind you, I don't think that Assange put his trust in anyone. It's probably the best thing for what's left of his sanity. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe, and if you wish to donate, click the subscribe star link where you can make a one-off payment or set up a regular contribution, or I have a PayPal account at grannyopteryx@gmail.com. Till next time.